of a farewell address, the chair recognizes Representative Steeland.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to yield my time to Representative Sowerby because I think he ripped up the wrong report. And I got one other quick problem, too, because I was actually going to start out with a reading from the playbook of Coach Mariucci, but he kind of stole that, too. Where'd Representative Pepper go? Oh, you guys forgot what he said about Mariucci, Coach Mariucci. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to go a little different. I'm probably, I'm following, I'm one of the last to speak, and of course, I've only been here for 2 years, and we've got guys with 40, 50 years, and Tyrone, what's up? Anyhow, I'm just going to start off really quick saying that I'm going to overview what I experienced here in my short 2 years in the House of Representatives. I came in and I was very, very fortunate that I got the leftovers of John Churkin, who many of you served with, who's a good dear friend of mine, in getting one of the best staff members around, Zvanko Bleski, who's up here on the, and I can't say his last name to save my butt, but he's up here. Zvanko comes with just a great deal of knowledge, and he was one of the best teachers I ever had coming in. In fact, when I came in, I didn't know front, back, desk, whatever they had. So I gave him a title of Deputy State Representative. And I think he pretty well earned it because he knows a hell of a lot more than I do. So thank you, Zvanko, for your leadership. And hell, he's worked with every Macomb County representative I know, Mickey Switalski, Harold Haw, John Churkin, and the best is the last guy, of course. But anyhow, my term is short, so my speech is going to be short. I don't have a speech, but I'm just going to go ahead and talk about a few things. I came into this, didn't know a whole lot. I served 15 years on the Roseville City Council, the last 13 years as city clerk. I've had a lot of local experience coming up here. It was very beneficial. And I've heard so many different things. Yesterday I was home, but I did watch all the speeches and hearing the coming at you like a fire hose. And, when you first get here, everybody wants to know what you want to do, what do you want to change. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to know where the bathroom was. I wanted to know where to park. And I wanted to build a few relationships and then try and figure out what the heck I want to do. And I'm very, very fortunate because I can look around and I see a lot of people that I'd like to mention as friends. Cynthia A. Johnson came up to my office when I had a bill that she was opposed to. We talked about it. She still voted no, but we talked about it. But the fact of the matter is, I had another good fortune. I was looking for a place to stay. I was standing out on the street, and Tyrone said, hey, we got this place. And I wind up moving in with Tyrone Carter, Alex Garza, and Kevin Coleman. And it was awesome. The problem is, I turned into a 23-year-old. I started hanging out with these guys. Grandpa's in bed. We're sneaking in at 2 in the morning, trying not to wake Grandpa up. But what a hell of an experience. I had a great time. One of the problems is, when I came up here, my good friend and prior state rep John Churkin told me, dude, it's a great gig. There's so much going on up there. I get elected, COVID hits. I don't even get to come up for orientation. I get COVID during the election. I don't even get to come up and get sworn in. I missed out on a whole lot. So I get up here, and there's nothing open. I mean, we go everywhere looking for McDonald's. There's nothing. So me and Coleman and Alex and, well, Grandpa was asleep, but we're sneaking around the back porch drinking beer. What do you do? So anyhow, everybody's asking me, what do you think of the first year? I said, what are you going to do after the first couple of weeks? Or what are you doing this weekend? I'm going to John Churkin's house. He said, for what? I'm going to knock on the door and punch him in the middle of the head. He said, this was a great gig. It's the most boring thing I've ever done in my life. I met all of my new legislators on the Zoom. I learned how to, Zoom a whole lot. Problem with Zoom is you got to remember to, you put down a button down, you got to make sure you put pants on. So anyhow, I'm very, very fortunate. Again, I said I have a lot of friends. I feel like I've made a lot of friends. I have friends on both sides of the aisle. I was fortunate enough to get a few PAs, believe it or not. I'm not going to go into a whole history about Bill Sowerby's career. I think he pretty much covered that. So I'm not going to go there. I would like to say, since I got here, I have, Z, you forgot to remind me, I have Matt Lanzi. By the way, Z is spoken for. He did get a job. Matt Lanzi, my front desker. He's a military vet. The guy can research anything and find it. Made me look like a hero half the time. So if anybody's looking for a front desker, Matt Lanzi is available. Z still. So anyhow, he is looking for work. The plug he asked me to say for him. One other thing that did happen while I was here is I was fortunate that my youngest daughter was going to Michigan State. I spent more time with my daughter in my first year in the legislature than I did at home, because you never see them when they're at home. Of course, they don't come home to see you. So I kind of had her trapped in the corner here because she lived right on campus. So I was very fortunate to see her a lot. My son, my older son, moved to Tampa. He just had a baby boy 3 days ago. And I don't take it the wrong way, Bo, but they named my grandson Bo. So you know what I got to think about every time I see my grandson. And then, all 10, Bo, all 10. And my daughter had a baby boy named Beckham, who actually was born the same day as Supreme Court Justice Bolden's baby. So they're the same age. We were comparing pictures this morning. I know I'm starting to ramble a little bit. I do have to mention one more thing about when I first started. I heard somebody mention about picking your seat. You shouldn't do that in public, by the way. So anyhow, what happens, we're picking our seats on Zoom. I don't know what the heck's going on. So I'm at home, I'm sitting in my kitchen, I'm doing a Zoom, and unbeknownst to me, I got Z, John Churkin, Pat Green, for those of you who knew who Pat, were watching me pick my seat, okay? Not like that, Billy. So in any event, I'm watching, and Churkin said, dude, you got to get a seat in the back. It's the best seat. So I'm trying to get a seat in the back. So I'm watching, there's like 2 left. So Sarah Kimbenzi picks a seat. So I say to Z, who I'm on the phone with, hey, who's this Kimbenzi chick? She just picked that seat I wanted. Donna Lisinski comes on, Representative, you are not muted. I'm like, now I'm slithering under my table, right? So this is good stuff. So right away, I'm diving under the table, I mute it. So then I'm waiting. So Donna picks the number, and she's seat 107. And I'm like, I'll take it. Seat 107? I'll take it. Well, I didn't unmute. I had to unmute it again. So anyhow, long story short, I get the seat. So then she calls it, and Sarah's there. I said, well, I gotta say yes. I gotta have that seat. So I figure I'm gonna walk in first day, don't know who this Kimbenzi chick is. I'm gonna be in a headlock on the floor or something, right? But it turned out we've had a great time. She's got a wealth of knowledge and information. And Sarah, thank you for being a great seatmate. And again, I could go on and on with thank yous. I'm trying not to do a Billy on you guys, so I'm trying to wrap up here. I probably missed a few things, but I would like to thank Donna Lisinski, Joe Tate, who opened arms, Sarah Anthony, Yusuf Rabi. All of you guys have done an outstanding job. Abe Aish, if you get the chance, ask him to do the impression of Rich Steeland. He does a hell of a job. It was surprising to me, too. So I don't want to bore you anymore. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I'm sorry. I love you. But many of you probably don't even know I'm a poet. And I wrote this poem just for this day. Roses are red, violets are blue. A lot of my friends ran for the Senate. I probably should have, too. Merry Christmas and God bless.
Thank you, Representative.